Previously on Trails Through Daybreak 2, the party confronted Harwood, who intended to continue Paradise Lodge's plan to invite higher beings into Zemuria. In the ensuing battle, Harwood uses advanced toxins and powerful ailment-based moveset to pressure the party, but ultimately lost his piece of the 8th Genesis. Unfortunately, Grendel, Zolga, and Garden Master ambushed the party while Harwood escaped. Although the party beat Zolga, Swin betrayed the party and gave the Genesis fragments to the Garden Master, who proceeded to steal all but one Genesis.
It's kind of lonely without the two of them.
Even though they weren't here for long, we had really gotten used to having them around.
It'll be all right. As long as we're looking for the Garden Master, we'll run into them eventually.
Yeah, but right now, we just need to hit up all the places we can think of.
Swin Nadia's room. The place was just sitting here after Old Man Beauregard left, so it only made sense for them to use it. And now it's vacant once more. She still left her teddy bears behind, and the Moshi doll. I truly hope Nadia isn't doing anything reckless. The girl locked herself in here for days after we came back. She barely ate anything either. Paulette was so worried. Whenever we called for her, she'd only respond half-heartedly, if at all. Actually, I'm not sure she even heard us most of the time. It was almost as if she lost the will to live. Such was the extent of Miss Rain's shock. In a way, having a goal to spur her on means she's doing better now. Doesn't mean she ain't being reckless, though. All the more reason to find her soon. Right. It sounds like she's trying to tell us something. Actually, don't you think she looks a little down today? Oh, maybe something happened. Don't tell me you're the next client. Munch, this food's out of this world. You know, I don't think I ever expected food like this from Old Town. Want more bistro, right? Man, I'll definitely be back, Swallow. I'm glad he likes it. Hope we don't start getting crowds anytime soon. What an impactful flavor. I'd eat this every day if I could. Munch, talk about a hidden gem.
Monmar is so...
Oh, man, you headed out? Yeah, we're making a fresh start today. By the way, don't worry about Swin and Nadia, alright? They'll be back soon. I hope so. I'll leave their room as is for now. Just make sure you let those two know we're waiting for them, and we're still charging them rent. Roger that. Come on, let's go find some leads. I heard about what happened on your trip. I'm glad to see you're doing better, Katra. Make sure you take it easy, alright? Of course, thank you, Paulette. We'll do everything in our power to ensure he sees sufficient rest.
Oh, what would you like?
Potato gratin. Huh, that Katra kid's walking around like he's got a new lease on life. Well, anyway, regarding those two substitute Spriggans of yours, I'll have you know I never received a notice to vacate letter from either of them. So you go on and tell them they're free to come back whenever. Quincy Parfait Grand Edit menu, okay.
Something already.
I design residential buildings for a living. It's kind of a small company, just me and my wife, you know. Checking out all the different design magazines at Montmar is the key to doing my job right. Come to think of it, some kid was devouring those same magazines at the store the other day. She seemed pretty young too. Wonder if she just moved here recently.
Oh.
That one graffiti artist? Hawker's always off on business trips these days. I think he said he'd be home by tomorrow though. I mean, he may have promised, didn't he? Hope he doesn't break it.
Throughout the Republic.
The latest Tyrell Times will be 100 Mira. If you're buying, hurry it up. Sheesh, seeing your sour face makes me feel right home.
Over the next day or so.
You picking a fight, brat? When are you gonna learn to keep your mouth shut? And where'd Pinky and her friend run off to anyway? Bring them back, would ya? Yeah, I'm working on it, alright?
That's all the weather news.
Don't worry, we'll find them for sure.
How about some more music?
I wonder if Jin has any new flavored candies. I don't believe I've ever seen these milk caramel ones before. What, you planning to buy the whole box, old man? Why do you care? I just want to keep my stash stocked, alright? Hey, you lot are scaring all my customers away. If you're not buying anything, get a move on. Old Town's as peaceful as ever, I suppose.
Quit dawdling and buy something.
Okay, buy candy and buy Tyrell Times.
Stay out of trouble now.
There's a cat around here named Towa. She's been acting a little strange lately. Could I be mistaking her for another? Towa's never been too friendly with people, but she'd always been rather fond of me at least. But nowadays, she seems to be a little on edge. I wonder if something happened in Kitty World. You know, now that I think about it, the other cats seem to be acting a little off too. Probably because the Garden Master is doing something evil. I hope everything's alright. Okay. Investments in Cray Village shows signs of success. In November of last year, the majority of Cray Village's residents lost their lives in the worst act of terrorism in recorded history. In the wake of that tragedy, the military sealed off the remains of the village, refusing to permit even the families of the attack's victims to enter for funeral purposes. Grim though the state of affairs in Cray may be, recent reports have shown a ray of hope upon the situation. As early as last year, multiple groups and businesses began collaborating to fundraise for Cray's sake, hoping to lay the spirits of the dead to rest and eventually rebuild the town. Recently, those efforts have hit their fundraising goal. Although necessary funds have been gathered, the fundraising collective is expected to continue to actively work toward the rebuilding of Cray. Representatives of the joint film currently in production between Vegas Films and Kellen Pictures also promised to donate a portion of the picture's profits towards the town and have recently reaffirmed their intent to honor that pledge. The majority of the mural collected will be donated to the families of Cray residents used to construct a monument to the victims of the attack fund efforts to restore unique local industries that were lost along the village, and eventually contribute to the reconstruction of the village itself once the blockade has been lifted. Seems that the road to reconstruction will be a long one. The prevailing sentiment among friends and family of the victims is one of hope. When the blockade is lifted, they believe Cray Village will be rebuilt and the wills of those who lost their lives will carry on. Who will claim the Z1 Finals trophy? At long last, the final race of the Z1 Grand Prix is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Racing fans from far and wide will gather in the Grand Circuit to see who will become this year's reigning champion. The victor of last month's exhibition match race was Maxim, with Aslan coming in second. We spoke with Aslan about the upcoming Grand Prix finals, and he has this to say. I spent the past month training some more, but if not for the efforts of my mechanics, who have tuned my car to perfection time and again, and the undying support from my fans, I would not be standing here today. I intend to live up to our expectations, so for this final race, I'm going full throttle. Maxim, meanwhile, is equally determined to win this upcoming race. I will have a fourth consecutive championship to win, and I will win it no matter what it takes. Now more than ever, I've got people who believe in me, and I'm not about to let them down, he declared with bolstering confidence. The question on everyone's minds is, who will be crowned the 1209 Z1 champion? The teams of the two favored racers, ETWS and Ingert, tend to attract most of the attention. It goes without saying that the Red Star and Leno are just as heavily invested in the race's outcome. Leno in particular has suffered from poor showings in the past several Z1 Grand Prix races, and has high hopes to restore its good name through this year's championship. According to the company representative, our team will be racing with the prestige of our whole company on its shoulders. We intend to restore our reputation through this race and then some. Young Republican Party Senator Ryan takes podium at debate. A political debate sponsored by the International Cooperative Organization (NGO) and scheduled to occur on the 22nd of this month has drawn attention to both the ruling and opposing parties of the Republic. The topic of the debate is about the role the Republic plays on the international stage. It's likely the ICO's intent is to determine the position the Republic may take in the affairs of America as a whole. The current ruling party, the Patriot League, has already announced that President Graham Hart will participate in the debate. The opposing Republican Party, meanwhile, will be sending Ryan Connery, a young senator who has drawn considerable attention over the past several years. Although Senator Ryan is part of a minor faction within the Republican Party, his talent for planning and adaptability have led many members of the party, including former President Rocksmith, to place their hopes in him. Senator Ryan was kind enough to agree to an interview with us where, on the subject of the debate 2 days from now, he had this to say. Speaking as someone who can hardly be called part of the political mainstream, I must admit that being asked to debate the president was rather intimidating. That said, I have every intention of tackling the debate in good faith and arguing my case to the best of my abilities. My hope is to present both to present a case for how I believe our republic should wield its influence in the political landscape of Zemuria, and also to press President Graham Hart regarding a number of aspects of his own vision for our nation. I believe this debate is more than just matters of international policy. It concerns the very future of the republic itself. I intend to treat it accordingly. Although a member of the Republican Party, Senator Ryan is clearly a man of his own unique set of deeply held convictions. The question is, what impact will those convictions have upon the political landscape of the Republic as he steps forward onto his largest stage yet? The history of the white clove, symbol of the Republic. As we approach the halfway point of March, the white cloves have once again begun to bloom all across the Republic, as they do every year, and we can expect them to be in full bloom by the end of the month. They're a symbol of spring in our nation for a good reason. The flowers of the white clove, however, are more than just a sign of the changing seasons. They symbolize a great many things for Calvard, and is that symbolic value which led to the white clove to be selected as our national flower. In this column, I hope to explain to you some of the cultural and historical factors that make the white clove so significant. To start, while the white clove is a common sight throughout the Republic, and the capital in particular, it is an endemic species that grows virtually nowhere else throughout Zemuria. Moreover, it is a flower that's been beloved by the people of Calvard since far back in our nation's history. The Republic's national anthem is even titled Swear in the White Cloves, demonstrating just how integral a symbol of our nation they truly are. Cloves themselves trace their origin to the continent's southeastern tropics and were not initially present in the midwestern region that Calvert came to occupy. That said, due to the high demand for them as a spice during the monarchy era, they were often imported from an old Eastern Empire. It was during that period that, seemingly miraculously, Cloves took root in calibrated soil despite the local environment being entirely unlike that of their native land. Those cloves soon adapted to local conditions, and so the white clove, a subspecies unique to calibrate, was born. The white clove's beauty and their presence throughout this land were what led its flowers to be beloved by the royalty and adopted as a symbol of the Old Kingdom. Over the course of the Calibrating Revolution, however, the flower took on a new symbolic meaning. In the modern era, the white clove represents peace and harmony through diversity. After all, the white clove is a plant from the southeast that miraculously took root in the west, changing the color of its blossoms to live in harmony with its new environment. As a result, many people have taken to viewing the white clove as being much like the many people of varying ethnicities who coexist within our nation. The white clove, symbol of the Caliber Republic, is more than just a lyric and a motif. It is a symbol of the ideals that drive us forward into the modern era together. Wow, flowers have gone woke.
I see you're working hard as always.
I heard Swin and Nadia are gone. Is that true? You must be awfully worried. They didn't have anywhere else to go, did they? Well, we have a few places in mind. I doubt they'll be easy to find, though. Well, we don't intend to stop looking. There's no need to worry. If they were strong enough to act in your place, Van, then surely they're safe, right? If you manage to learn anything new, please let us know. I just wanted to be sure they're okay, is all. It kind of reminds you of the situation of Eddie. Of course.
Well...
Those two were here practically every day. I hope I get the chance to see them again. Really, if you learn anything at all, please let us know. And take care of yourselves, alright? Hey Raymond, what brings you by? Oh, it's just in the area and thought I'd pop in. Man, Old Town never changes, does it? Yeah, everyone's been doing pretty well. And of course, the same can be said for the flowers. Oh, by the way, aren't you attending an art school now? Yeah, that's right. I figured it'd be nice to try and pursue my dreams for a little while. Anyway, I'll let you know whenever I'm in the area again. Of course, I'll make sure to have plenty of sweets ready. Hey, long time no see. I had an errand in the area, so I figured why not stop by. I mean, I did kind of want to see how everyone in Old Town's been doing, too. Man, I kind of miss how easy life was here. Hope Jess and Carol are doing alright. You know, I actually learned everything about flower care from Raymond. Unfortunately, he felt the need to leave the area for a bit, so it's nice to see him again. Maybe I'll study up a little on making some sweets for the next time he comes by.
What would you like?
Rose muffin.
Please stop by again sometime.
Let's see what we got.
New stuff in the vending machine, huh? al-fayed. Wow, that cat's right in front of the portal. That's kind of inconvenient. Huh? What's up with this cat? I think it might be looking for something. Well, that's amazing, Kisara. Yeah, you're really good at drawing. It's like you're a professional already. Oh yeah, your art's so pretty. We use the same colored pencils and all, but your drawings look totally different from mine. Can you draw some more, Kisara, pretty please? Try doing my face. Yeah, mine too. Then I can show Papa and Mama just how good you are. Oh yeah, I want one too. Hey, don't gang up on her like that. No, it's fine. I'll draw all of you. Just calm down. I was just doodling, really. Never meant to start any issues. You know, even that thing I drew at the bathhouse was all scribbles, but they still wanted to give me mirror for it. I mean, not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but they're really forking out their money for nothing. Hey, it looks like the kids are getting along. Glad to see it. She had me a little worried at the start. Your drawings are so smooth, Kisara. I wish I had your skill. Wait, why do I feel like I'm forgetting something important? That's weird. It feels like something was meant to happen today. You know, I'm glad you guys are back, but... Did Swin and Nadia really leave? Yeah, they told us they had a few things to take care of at home. I guess she doesn't know the truth yet. Yeah, but Yume's pretty smart. Let's hope we can bring them back before she puts the pieces together. Agreed, I'm sure we'll have no problem finding leads today. You're so good at drawing, Kisara. It's almost like you're doing magic. Oh, that really threw me off. What am I even doing? Alright, my dad's taking me to see the Z1 finals tomorrow. It's supposed to be the race of the century, too. Man, I can't wait. But will he really make it back in time? He's been getting home pretty late recently. I've been staying at the repair shop for about 2 weeks now. In exchange, they only ask that I help out with the odd chore here and there. Feels like I should be doing more, though. Maybe I could do something about Rebecca. I mean, she'll spend hours and hours tinkering with something, then completely forget to eat. I know Chris has been busy teaching me about cooking and housework recently, but he's way too hands-off when it comes to his sister. However, you know, the streets of Old Town may remind me of Northumbria. But the people couldn't be more different. Everyone here is so happy-go-lucky all the time. Hard to believe they've managed to survive all this long. Wouldn't be surprised if my days here were numbered. That's why I've been looking around for a job recently. Can't really find anything that'll get me some quick cash though. Maybe I could sell a few of my drawings. Yeah, right. It's ever that simple. Hey kids, boy, it sure has been a while. How's everything going? Dad, are you crazy? You're only coming back now? Yeah, care to tell your children what's going on? Like, who's that little girl you foisted off on us? Oh, you mean Kisara? Well, I suppose that's a fair question. She's actually just some kid I met over in Mesalam. Do you even think about how sending her here might affect us? It's like you didn't spare us a thought. You know, I saw her over in the square just now. She looked like she was fitting in pretty nicely. She's come a long way from where she was when we first met. Well, I suppose we've got some catching up to do. Why don't I go make us some tea? And that's how I started taking baths with Kisara. Even if I'm not feeling up to it, she'll just drag me to the bathhouse and tell me to get in. You know, she did kind of scare me at first, but she's actually pretty gentle once you really get to know her. Well, is that so? Never thought you two grow so close so fast. Although you're still as much of a homebody as ever, Rebecca. Actually, that gives me an idea. What are you planning to do to me?
So...
I may not come home very often, but it's always a joy to see Old Town. I brought a lot of rare gizmos this time too. I'm sure kids will be thrilled. And maybe this will be a good opportunity to bring Rebecca out of her shell a little. Well, at least make the suggestion, I suppose. Some of Dad's ideas are just too scary. Well, that's fine. I don't need to be like Dad or Kisara anyway. I'm perfectly alright with living my life between four walls. Sorry for all the commotion. It's been so long since we last saw our dad, you know. Still have so much to talk to him about, but I guess I can be happy he's home safe for now. I wonder how long he'll be staying. Well, we should have enough time to give him a firm talking to, at least.
Well...
Allow me to assist. Hope to see you again. Allow me to assist.
Maple Fountain Pen. Alright everyone, good morning. Wait, where are the children? Don't tell me, have they all decided to play hooky? Oh, my darlings, where did I go wrong? Oh, so that's what the kids forgot. They're too busy looking at the drawings. Was my teaching not engaging enough? But they seem so excited for my science classes. Gasp, don't tell me that I need to come up with something even more sensational. Just what are kids even into nowadays?
Goddess of the sky is always watching over.
Oh, I hadn't expected to see a cat up here. I wonder what it's doing. Kinda looks like it's searching for something. Spring may be a season for new encounters, but it's also a season for partings. Many find themselves having to say farewell to friends due to a change in grade or schools. However, you must not let yourself be overcome with sadness. The bonds between people are not so easily broken after all. If fate deems it appropriate, you will surely be brought together once more. Well, look at that. Oh, I've often been praised for my discerning eye, you know. And this piece has positively blown my mind. Right? It looks so original too. You think she was self-taught? Are you two talking about... We're talking about Kisara, of course. I asked her to do a mural for us the other day. And wow, I can barely find the words to describe it. That picture over there is her work. It's very impressive. It still looks a bit like a rough sketch in parts, so I think that only adds to the overall appeal. It's got a really strong aura to it, but in a good way, like a breath of fresh air. Isn't that this by that one girl you met over in Mesalam? Yeah, I never expected to find her in Old Town, though. But still, I'm glad to see she's doing so well. Me too. I get a feeling she's still trying to figure everything out, though. You know, even though I asked her to do this mural for us, there's no way I ever expected something like this. Maybe I should give her a bonus on top of what I already paid her. Well, she didn't seem to care too much for all our praise. We might want to find another way to show her our appreciation. This kid must be some kind of genius. There's no way you can make something look so grand on instinct alone. I'm sure she's got a bright future ahead of her. Well, as long as she's willing to take the right paths, of course. I'd heard Kisara was pretty good at drawing, so I asked her to paint a little mural for her lobby. But I had no idea she'd come up with something this good. She can be kind of prickly though. I bet she must have some pretty powerful feelings bottled up inside. Maybe I should try and talk to her more often.
Welcome to Laguna!
That's the stuff.
This might be a little too toasty.
It's so nice and warm in here.
top of the world.
Come back anytime.
Okay, that takes care of this chapter's sauna. Door's locked. There's no one's home. What? That is a bad sign. And also, there's a freaking token in here. Bro, you can't do that to me. That's evil. Hiding tokens in a locked house like that. Maybe I'll open up for a quest, and I can grab the tokens.
Wow! Thank you so much.
That maxes you out. Tartan handkerchief. Okay. Alright, if I work hard enough, they'll have no choice but to leave the business trips to me. I noticed the personnel manager has been eyeing me lately. Hopefully that means I'm close to a promotion. Oh man, I do anything for a vacation. You know, I've noticed there are more and more people walking around with their heads in their T-phones lately. I bet we're going to start seeing them in all sorts of accidents soon. Maybe we should start a PSA about when you shouldn't be using T-phones. Oh, I hope Mina's alright. I've been having her go alone to her classes lately. Every time I went to pick her up in the beginning, she'd cry and cling to me for hours, but she's been rather calm about it these past 2 days. It has me a little worried, honestly. I mean, why a sudden change? She's not just retreating into herself, is she? I just want to make sure she's adjusting well. If only he'd give up on that idea of his. Ilhan's been immersed in his new business venture lately, something about mobile payments. He's apparently already been in contact with everyone from software developers to financial institutions. It sounds like it'll be quite the complex system. I wonder if he'll have enough time to work for Iota during development. Ilhan's departure would definitely be a less than ideal situation for us. I mean, we've only just managed to get a good process going. Ilhan's development plans are what keep Iota up and running. I hope he doesn't give it all up for this project. I heard about Ilhan's latest business venture. Mobile payments using T-phone. Sounds so futuristic. It's sure to make everything more convenient, but I can't help thinking getting all the banks to agree will be a challenge in itself. I understand why Carlo is so worried now, but I want to root for Ilhan too. Perhaps I went a little too wild with my shopping. Oh, but the scenery from the observation deck was so magnificent. It put me in a trance. Well, it being your 4th time there, I would have assumed the wonderment would have worn off by now. Honestly, mistress, I think you would even purchase clothing from those lowly fast fashion establishments. Oh, come now. The merchandise may be a bit cheap, but the quality's still there, isn't it? They're perfect for lounging around in. But forget about that. Do you not have some fun as well, Markley? If I'm remembering correctly, you seem rather intent on watching that one idol performance. And that's not to mention how many acerbic tomato products you bought at the Liberal Boutique. Well, you see, I may have been a little too taken in by such grand displays of foreign culture. Oh, it's alright, Markley. Far be it from me to judge you for enjoying yourself. I'm simply glad you were able to find something that caught your interest.
Alrighty.
It seems Markley's never stopped wearing his heart on his sleeve. Well, I suppose we have been around the capital for a while now. It's hardly surprising he'd be taken in by his charms. Perhaps I should take the time to enjoy it all with him. So I suppose I must have let my guard down. I hope the master doesn't find out. Alright, it looks like the payment system's up and running. Now I should be able to send this to the bank with no issue. Wait, maybe I should adjust the programming first. Seems like he's working on something. Probably has to do with one of his new businesses. Sounds like he's in his own little world, though. Oh, my apologies. Are you ready to order? I started a new venture project recently. It's a service for mobile payments. Everything's been moving along rather smoothly. I just have to make a few adjustments to the system on occasion. The entire process has been interesting beyond measure. Even thinking about it gets me excited. Although I suppose I should start paying more attention to what's in front of me. A system that replaces physical mirror. As long as you have your T-phone on you, there's no need to carry a wall around. If I actually manage to get this up and running, it's sure to be a success. But I need to remember to keep up with my work at Iota too.
What can I get for you?
Melon smoothie. Alright, Ren, it's in your hands now. Of course, let me see if any of my contacts are available. You two sure seem busy. Talking over festival business? Well, since Sasha's here, I assume it has something to do with the sports clubs. I kind of figured you would have already heard the news. You see, the vendor we use for the festival every year told us he wouldn't be able to get us the supplies we need in time. So not only do we have to find a new vendor, but we have to do it by the end of today, otherwise nothing will be ready for the festival. Yikes, sounds like you're in a pretty tight spot. And with the festival only 1 month away, huh? Makes sense you'd come to run for help. Yeah, I'm probably going to be on Do Not Disturb mode for a while. Sorry, I'd like to help you guys out, but Don't even worry about it. Arc Rate Solutions can handle it from here. That's right. We'll do everything we can to bring them back. I'll be counting on you, Anyas.
Alrighty.
I worry you two are gonna run yourselves ragged someday. Just promise me you'll take some briefers, alright? Your body needs rest too. Thank you, Sasha. I'll be sure to. I should have this job finished by tonight. And that should give me a few hours to go over everything. Thanks for all your help, Ren. We'll let you get back to it. Alright, I think I'm almost done with this report for the seminar. This T-Phone's made all my source citing so easy. The Institute actually lets me submit assignments by mail, so I'll be living at home for a while yet. As soon as I finish, I should prioritize writing my essay for the competition. Learning about other fields of research has really been quite thrilling. In order to foster a diverse range of scholarship, the Basel Institute of Science holds an annual essay writing competition for everyone to join. The theme changes every year, but usually focuses on issues that can be approached from a variety of fields. Thankfully, urban engineering, my field of study, overlaps with a fair number of others. I'm also more than familiar with its related disciplines. The knowledge I've gained academically, the practices I've acquired through personal interest, I'm hoping to put it all to good use. Sorry you guys had to deal with my mess. I've been doing better with the guild's help, though. Well, anyway, these are some vegetables I got from work. Please take them. And make sure you tell Mr. Jin I said thanks too. I'm glad to see that Lashkar's doing better. You know, after I confessed everything, they sent me to the HQ over in Lamont State. They had me under reevaluation just to make sure I was still worthy of becoming a bracer. But until those results come out, they put some restrictions on me. Honestly, I'm a little ashamed about it all, but I understand the precautions. Plus, having Lashkar come by just to see me feels like a little reward in itself. Lashkar's always wanted to be a bracer. He even helped out around the guild for a while. After what happened a couple of weeks ago, well, I'm just glad to see him back on his feet again. I hope we'll be seeing plenty more of him here at the guild from now on. Lashkar came by again to apologize. He acts like it's a duty he needs to fulfill. At least the drug seems to have worn off. But feelings are a little more difficult to get rid of, huh? Both the good and bad. Well, as long as Lashkar can find a good way of coping with them, I'm sure he won't have any more problems moving forward. Guess who just got her ticket for the Z1 finals tomorrow? I'm so stoked. I couldn't have done it without you, Kopeka. Seriously, I'm so grateful. Of course, anything to see all those sexy racers, right? You know, I've actually heard we'll be able to make net reservations for all kinds of things soon. Can you even imagine how convenient that'll be? Right, you just have to get yourself a T-phone. Sounds almost too good to be true. You're right, I'll start saving up my Mira. Who on beat? I never thought I'd have to travel so much just to find a job. Take yesterday, for example. To apply to only 2 companies, I had to travel for 4 hours by bus, then walk for another 6. Does it usually take so long to get to places in Edith, or maybe it's just me?
These fresh vegetables and ingredients.
I've been seeing Beth around quite often lately, but I have a feeling she's avoiding me. Maybe I spoke a little too harshly to her last year. Still, she seemed awfully down lately, don't you think? Perhaps there's something I can do to help.
See for yourselves.
Manager Wesley is out at the moment. He's busy investigating the Trian Mall. And I'm sure you can imagine there's a reason for a drop in sales recently. You know, it's been quite some time since we started working with Ilhan. Perhaps we'll be more successful in our opposition if we join forces.
Let me know if you need any
spare ribs. Hey everyone, it's been a while, ever since that whole mess in Longport, right? I heard you went on a little vacation after. Yep, sure did. Can't say I feel any more rested for it though. But anyway, what have you been up to lately? You doing alright? I wonder. No need to be all cryptic, dude. We're just asking about how you're feeling after that match we had. Huh, well, I guess you could say it lifted a weight off my shoulders. After meeting Gao Long and seeing just how much my sister's grown. It really helped put things in perspective for me. So honestly, I think the match was worth it. But you're still not convinced about going back to the Gekka school, right? Well, it's not completely out of the question. That being said, however, I don't intend on giving up on running my own pharmacy anytime soon. And who's to say, maybe I'll find some time to follow both paths eventually. Huh, well, as long as you're happy in the end. Pharmacist Gekka Master, choice is all yours, bud. I've been talking to my family back in Longport recently. They told me something big was going down Hayway. It kind of makes me wonder about what's going to happen with the Gekka school. Will it change with the times or stay the same?
What can I get for you today?
Energy bar. Should I change my weapon? Nah, then I'd have to start my training all over again. Albus, are you listening? We still have to get to our next request. Yeah, I heard you. Just give me a second, okay? What could he possibly be thinking so hard about? Oh, Elaine, I heard about what happened over on Nemeth Island. The remnants of the DG cult and the fourth anguish of the society. Can't even imagine how crazy that must have been. At least we managed to make it all work out in the end. Although I'm sure that's not the last we'll see of them. Make sure you both remain on your guard. Understood. We should be able to give you more of a hand next time. You're putting the cart before the horse, don't you think? Well, anyway, we'll be sure to keep an eye out. Be safe, you two. Just how long does all this mean to keep me weighing? Anyway, I heard those 2 substitute brigands of yours went missing. I'll help look into it when I have the time, but I'm sure you'll find them soon, Elaine. Why don't we trade info later?
Your attention, please.
Not if I went. No, I'd only slow them down if I went. It's probably best that I focus on the jobs in front of me for now. Anyway, be safe out there, Elaine. As for you guys, don't do anything crazy, alright? I can say the same to you. Hey, you looking down on me, Spriggan?
You are more than welcome to relax there.
Alrighty.
Long time no see, Van. Enjoying time with your assistants again. Heard about how you got into it with ZA recently, and then you were caught up in some disturbance in Longport. By the way, where are your substitute Spriggans? I can't talk about the details right now, but we've been on the lookout for them. Got a feeling things might get rougher from here on out, though. You'll probably be seeing us around more. Sure, as always, I'll have your weapons looking good as new. Still, it might not have been very long, but I really liked having Swin and Nadia around. Make sure you bring them back, alright? Of course. They're our friends, after all.
If you need fresh vegetables...
It doesn't seem like very much has been going on lately. But to tell the truth, it kind of feels like the calm before a storm. Well, anyway, it's best to be prepared. Let me know if you need anything.
Okay. We invite everyone
What would
to
you
come
like
and see
today?
for yourselves.
Fleeting Flurry? Wait, that's Shizuna's weapon. Why is it being sold all the way here? Well, I suppose I should have expected this. We found that some of our customer base has taken to shopping at those new fast fashion stores. Of course, we offer a much wider variety to our guests, especially with our ability to procure items from other establishments, but perhaps I should have been more apprehensive of the Trian model from the start.
Welcome! Thank you for coming!
Mirage Vest. Oh, it's gonna cost a lot.
Your attention, please.
I will do better. I have a feeling this isn't going to be easy, though. I mean, all I've been focused on is decking myself out so I could track a husband. Well, regardless, if Marguerite says I'm doing it wrong, then I'm doing it wrong. I used to think Marguerite was just like me, that she thought finding a wealthy husband was the key to a happy life. I was trying to figure out how she pulled it off, but I was wrong. She actually likes her husband for more than just his money. I completely misunderstood her, and I think I even tried putting what she taught me into practice. I can't believe West End department store is holding an event like this. They really pulled out all the stops too. I'm so excited. Just try not to cause a scene, alright? Yeah, I'll leave the spotlight to the kids for now.
Okay.
I only stopped by because I saw a sign for it. It seems like lots of fun. Once all the kids get tired out, me and Graham are going to take a turn. Maybe we should be a little less shameless about it, Juniper. Orbital RC cars didn't exist back when we were kids, but now there's all kinds of competitions for them. It's been kind of a fascination of ours lately. Don't want to step on the kids' fun, though. We should probably just watch for now. Now that I think about it, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Well, I'm sure it'll come back to me later. Orbital radio control, that's so cool. How much do you think these things go for, Graham? Want to split the cost with me? Aren't you broke, Downey? Look at how smooth they drive. I thought they were just toys at first, but now I want one. Just you watch, I'm going to save up all my mirror and buy a remodel. Wow, they're really pumped about these things. I guess these kids must really be into cars, huh? Hope they don't get into racing in the future. Don't want to be as poor as we are. We're holding an RC car competition today. And it's all thanks to Mr. Ilhan's connections in Basel. Of course, Mr. Wesley's help too. I guess they've been on pretty friendly terms lately.
I could go for some fishing.
Supposedly there's new fish around.
Let's do this.
Yeah, big catches.
Better in Riverside than here.
It's been a while, Natalie. Heard you're doing pretty well as a chansonnier. Was there something you wanted to talk about? You know, I saw you performing your little idol act with Lua a few days ago. And can I just say, what a mess. First of all, you need to do something about your audience turnout. I mean, did you even advertise it was a free concert? Plus, whatever happened to hiring a cameraman? Everybody knows uploading pictures to the Orbital Net is the fastest way to gain popularity. You know, I kind of thought you were just here to lecture me, but you sound more worried than anything. Of course I'm worried. I may have left the idol world, but that doesn't mean I no longer have pride in the work. That's why I had a few arrangements made. Meet your new manager, with you. Well, not that you had one in the first place. What? Wait a second, Natalie, does that mean you... I promise I didn't quit being a chansonnier, so calm down. I just have to show results with both jobs now. So make sure you work extra hard for me, Sayla. Natalie, thank you. I'll do my best. I have to admit, I wasn't expecting that. This might actually be a good chance for us. We won't have to work part-time jobs anymore. I should start planning our next performance.
Yeah, it's really...
You know, up until last year, I was actually in an idol unit with Sayla. We couldn't figure out how to sell, though, so we ended up disbanding. But we can't just ignore potential. They made me see that. I just need to be what I never had, support from the rear.
You're fit.
I'm telling you, we should prioritize a more comfy, brothy type of taco. It would have really brought out that seasonal feeling. You know how Odin's pretty standard fare for Eastern winters. Maybe we could do something like that. We can't put broth in our tacos, Primo. It wouldn't be a taco anymore. Well, instead of making it warm and cozy, why don't we make it spicy? And if we really turn up the heat, we could add it to our menu full time. Since it's almost summer too, we could even put in some more seasonal vegetables. She's so passionate about it all. Maybe a little too passionate. If we're really trying to go for luxury food here, then spices might just be the way to go. But fusion food's all the rage nowadays. Oh, I know. Why don't we just mix the two? So I just wish it was something a little less strange. We shouldn't be willing to compromise on taste for this. Well, no matter how strange the combination, I will make it into a good taco. You can count on it.
My stuff can't be beat.
Good to see you again, Van. Hey, you know, after Shannon uploaded that rare fish she caught to our social media, our followers count practically skyrocketed. We got loads of comments on the pictures, too. I mean, we're even mutuals with someone in the Empire's Imperial Fishing Club now. It's almost like we're famous. The Imperial Fishing Club, huh? Yeah, they're so popular, even people in the mainstream know their name. Anyway, I guess we're just going to keep uploading pictures of our latest catches from now on. We usually type up little fishing diaries to go along with them. People seem pretty interested in that part. Maybe our next post should talk about Shen almost losing her lunch yesterday. Hey, come on, don't share that. Oh, and before I forget, here's some more supplies for you, as usual. Fishing bait up 10 times 3. I know you guys tend to be pretty busy, but maybe you'll get a chance for an angling break sometime soon. Thanks, we'll put it to good use. Some stuff about what happened on Nemeth Island was in the news recently, but we decided it's best that we don't talk about it on social media. Nemeth Island was pretty crazy, huh? It wasn't all bad though. I mean, we made so many nice memories, and I caught loads of rare fish. I bet our followers are gonna go wild when I post these photos. Huff huff. Huh, writing feels pretty good actually. I only started because Selma seemed so happy doing it, and honestly I'm having a lot of fun. Well, maybe it's just because I'm writing with a friend, huh? I didn't think Lily would have that much endurance. I guess boys really are stronger, and I thought I was finally in good shape too. Alright, I can't lose now. I don't want to be left behind. Hey, it's Fairy. You're back. It's nice to see you again, Lolo Urle. Are you two doing okay? Yeah, of course. We were just heading out to play. Should we climb a tree or swim in the water? Oh, fishing might be fun too. I see you two are as energetic as ever. Just make sure you're staying safe, alright? Fairy's always got work to do. Don't you think it's like she's a grown-up already? How cool. Oh, I've got it. Why don't we play grown-ups today? Wait, where'd Rooney go? I usually just like climbing trees, but playing grub sounds fun too. Alright, I'll be a celery man. For something like that to happen again, it seems things have only gotten worse lately. Oh, my apologies. I suppose I was a bit lost in thought for a moment. Please, it's nothing to worry yourself over. It sounds like something's troubling him. Don't think he's all that eager to talk about it, though. Let's just keep it in mind for later. I've hoped for many years that we could achieve peace through mutual understanding of one another's cultures, and I am fully aware this is not a feat that can be achieved overnight. However, we mustn't allow that to stop us. If we only take it one day at a time, one person at a time. That's a wonderful plan, Rooney. Well, it's really no big deal. I just want to make a place for us kids, after all, where we can study, read picture books, or even play games. If you like any help setting up, please let me know, and feel free to make use of the classroom as well. No, come think of it, I've heard the chapel in Old Town has been doing something similar. I'll go and ask them if they have any ideas. Great, thank you so much. Huh? Is that... Oh, Perry, it's been so long. Do you only just get back? No, sorry, things have been a little hectic lately. Well, no worries. It's a pleasure to simply see your smiling face again. Yeah, and you've got to tell us all about your village when you get the chance. Ruiz mentioned that he'd like to have a discussion with the other kids soon. I don't think I've ever seen a child so kind and ambitious. Well, I'll try to help in whatever way I can. I've been talking to Mother Kira about how to get some of the kids more interested in their schoolwork. Actually, I had the idea to set up a little tutoring workshop that all kids could participate in. She gave me the go-ahead for it too. Now I just need to work out all the details.
This year's film festivals.
What do you guys want? I'm just here for some personal business. I used to be able to get parts directly from the ETWS factory, but now... Well, I guess this shop isn't so bad either. I have more options this way too.
Now let's get back to the music.
Seems like he's changed since we last met. Doesn't seem like he'll be getting over his car anytime soon though. Well, I'll make sure to put some real elbow grease in.
Can I help you?
Winged helmet.
Come again.
Well,
Marielle, didn't know you were here. Oh, hey guys. We were just in the middle of a little note-sharing session. Do you come to check in on that Nadia situation you called me about? Among other things, yeah. Right now, we're just looking for a place to start. Ramai caught me up on that. I can't believe she would just run off on you. So got any updates for us? I've been prying and probing, but nothing's caught my eye just yet. Nadia always spoke highly of your skills as an informant. So I was thinking she might have stopped by to see you. I was the one who introduced those two to Burmai in the first place. He's also the first person I asked to look into Swin. If Burmai had heard anything, he would have tipped me off by now. Nadia probably saw no point in coming here, knowing that. If only I picked up on that boy's trail, maybe then we could have avoided this. There was no helping it. Even the guild's information network came up empty-handed. I haven't had much luck with the Garden Master and the Oathbreaker either. Ever since that mess on Neverf Island, it's as if they've dropped off the face of the continent. Even the dark red beast that terrorized the capital is cycling out of the gossip mill. That's been bothering me too. It's the whole reason I came here. Meslam, Longport, Neverf Island. We've had nothing but incidents back to back, yet almost none of it is being broadcasted. You mean to say it isn't a matter of the press being restricted? Obviously, there are parts of those events we can't report on. That much is par for the course. But the media's response seems to be more along the lines of them not being newsworthy enough. It's like the whole nation is in peace mode, the complete opposite of how tense it was when Almata was lurking in the shadows. Dante's and the rest of the crew made a point to spread fear however they could. But this Garden Master, on the other hand, is worlds apart from them, both in motives and in methods. Then it actually makes him creepier somehow. Yeah, he's actually killed so many times indirectly. I just hope this doesn't turn into one of those too little too late type deals. He almost certainly has a plot in the works, and yet we can't find so much as a single lead. We'll keep poking around. If anything turns up, it'll be the first to know. I'll see what I can get out of my publisher contacts too. Much appreciated. By the way, Miss Kokona, you're publishing under a male pen name, right? Are you trying to hide your identity? I mean, I guess it makes sense since you're drawing for a boys' magazine and all. Well, yeah, but it wasn't totally intentional. Actually, I plan on revealing the truth with a gag comic. I even took the whole reveal into consideration when coming up with my nickname. So then out the window went that idea. You know, we've actually received a lot of inquiries about whether or not we're doing any in-person events soon. Your comic has a pretty strong fan base, so as long as you're willing, I imagine we could set one up for you. It was going to be so funny too. It would have been my best work yet. Miss Kokona, do you not hear me just now? Yeah, that's fine. Guess I'll do my best. So you'll go. Oh man, this is going to be great. Sorry, what did I agree to? Uh-oh. Why does it feel like we're talking about two different things? And he's taking it all so seriously too. Scary. And actually, I think she'd say yes. This is the chance of a lifetime. I've got to make sure everything's perfect. I wonder what Dingo would do. He'd probably be a few steps ahead of everyone else, not to mention how much more he'd be working with Van. Marielle. Well, you're certainly not wrong. He'd likely show up to my bar with that broody look on his face, spouting info that even my network couldn't find. But no matter how composed he may have seemed, Dingo was still just as human as you and I. He was only really good at hiding all the effort he put in. But I know you've been putting in the hours too. Ramai, believe in yourself, Marielle. Keep pushing forward. Maybe your methods are a little different, but I'm sure you're doing right by him all the same. Thank you, Ramai. You know, you're right. The truth can't hide from me forever. Well, she's certainly been more dependable recently, but she's got a long way to go. I mean, I still remember when she was drinking herself into comas. Actually, there was another job I was taking care of at the same time. I don't think that'll be the last we see of it, though, especially not for Nanoth Island. Well, I may not be able to do very much, but I can at least make sure nobody gets hurt. After what happened on Nanoth Island, I've noticed someone's been starting to make moves behind the scenes. I'm trying to look into it. Well, I'll try not to worry too much. I'll let you know as soon as I find something.
Order whatever you like.
Crimson Heart.
Be better this year.
What do we have here?
Vanished migrant workers. My name is Conrad. I'm a mediator for foreign individuals. Recently, some migrant workers, primarily from an impoverished northern region, have gone missing in the capital. I worry that people will cast out on my line of work if this continues. If you're interested in hearing me out, I'll be waiting on the department store's rooftop.
Those guys are so cool.
You're the Conrad that posted the request. We're from Arcade Solutions. Oh yes, you really do look dependable. It's just as the rumor said. Wait, isn't that guy? I'm assuming you're the one who recommended our services. You're the editor-in-chief of that one gossip rag. We met sometime last year, didn't we? Gotta say though, you picked an awfully lively place for our meetup this time. Wouldn't suppose there's a reason for that. I see you're as quick on the uptake as ever, Arkwright. Having a look at a lot of crowds surrounding us makes it hard for people to eavesdrop. Anyway, you'll hear out his request, won't you? It sounded like it'd be right up your alley. If I remember correctly, you often act as a go-between for migrants dealing with special circumstances, right? I'm not so sure about this one, guys. Migrant workers tend to get caught up in a lot of not-so-honest work. They get a bad rap for a reason. Believe me, I understand the reputation they have better than anyone else. But there can be a lot of red tape in their paperwork. If they want to feed their families, most have no choice but to resort to criminal means. People like that are who make up a majority of my client base. Migrants unable to obtain proper work visas. In other words, migrants who have no legal right to work in this country. I've seen firsthand the problems immigrants can face. It's not pleasant. Well, if they're Eastern, you can bet Hayway will take care of them. But I guess the others don't really got a lot of options. Exactly, so my job is to introduce those people to someone who can provide them work. Then I get a finder's fee from the employer. And maybe it's not my place to say, but I believe that's a better outcome than them starving in the streets while they wait for their papers. Well, when you put it that way, I understand why you're apprehensive. I'm sure you know plenty of people like him who use their job to exploit foreigners. It's just, well, Conrad here knows where to draw the line, though I suppose he has sent a few people to handle some seriously dreadful menial labor. But trust me when I say he neither introduces them to legal work nor takes cuts of their pay. Well, I guess that's as much assurance as we can get. Go ahead and give us the details, son. I'm guessing it's got something to do with those missing workers we've been hearing about. Yes, you see, after contacting me about how the work isn't for them, they'll go missing altogether. It's been a pretty big topic of concern in my line of work, though nobody's been able to make heads or tails of it. Honestly, if this keeps up, I'm worried suspicion will start to fall on both me and my colleagues. Yeah, you're right. You'd be suspect number one in no time. So what, you want us to figure out what's going on so they don't start pinning the disappearances on you guys? If you could, yes. Does that sound like something you could do? Sure. Alright, seems like a pretty cut and dry issue. Plus, we can't exactly say no to a referral from the editor-in-chief. Yeah, I'm also pretty worried about the safety of these workers. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so relieved. I just can't get a good night's sleep knowing what could be happening to those people. And here I thought you were more worried about saving your own ass. Well, I've been doing this work for a while. You hear some pretty grueling stories about the lives immigrants lead. You'd have to have a heart of stone to not sympathize with them. Well, if that's how you feel, maybe I don't have as many reservations about this job as I thought. You're not gonna betray us, are you? I agree. If the lives of those migrant workers truly are in jeopardy, I see no issue in taking on this request. Do you mind going over the details once more? I can't thank you enough. I've been a bit hesitant to consult the police or bracers, so this is a huge weight off my shoulders. Well, it looks like things are finally going your way, Conrad. I'm glad I was here to introduce you all. Anyhow, I'm a busy man, so I'll be heading off now. Feel free to decide what to do amongst yourselves. That guy's a real piece of work. I'm sure we'll be just fine without him. More importantly, why don't you fill us in on some of the specifics? I heard something about the ones disappearing being migrants from the north of Zemuria. That's right, they're the ones who have gone missing most frequently. Easterners and Central Easterners haven't seemed to be affected at all, however. So North Ambria? Huh, even white foreigners come here for work. They do, yes. After all, there's a fair number of other undeveloped regions in the north. Along with those from North Ambria, the Republic also receives immigrants from the outlying areas around the Free Cities as well. Yeah, I used to hear all sorts of stories about the tribes up there. It's strange that they've been made a target, though. We're gonna need to do some digging, particularly into the workers' backgrounds. I'm glad you share my concern. However, I believe it's best if I leave the rest to you. I'll be in the area for a while, so if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. So what do you want to do first? We don't exactly have much to go on. We need to find people who are familiar with not only migrant workers, but specifically those from North America. Now that I think about it, I've heard that one subcontracting factory employs loads of them. But we could probably talk some of their business partners into spilling a few dirty secrets. Exactly, the workers themselves would likely be on guard if we were to ask directly. Investigating their periphery is definitely the better strategy. Alright then, let's hit up Bradley's first. Given all the parts he has to order, I'm sure he's got some connections with people in subcontracting. Not only that, but he's the kind to pay attention to the small stuff. He might just have some pretty good leads. Who do you think we should ask about the migrants? Gabriella used to work with the Northern Jaegers, right? Maybe she'll know something. Now, her roots are run a little too deep in the underworld. We should try talking to some of the more lawful immigrant populations first. In that case, we should focus on places where people from the north are most likely to gather. Come to think of it, aren't the people who run Old Town's bathhouse from Riverside? Nice job, Anyas. It's usually pretty easy to miss something right under your nose. Well, it was more of an epiphany than anything. That being said, I think they became naturalized citizens quite a while ago. Do you think they still know what's going on in the migrant community? I think it's worth a shot. After all, Northern folk take their silence pretty seriously. Even if they don't have direct connections anymore, it's likely that Laguna still serves as a central hub. And I suppose it's solved. We'll be heading to Bradley Maintenance and Laguna Bathhouse.
You have my support, Mr. Arkwright.
Let me ask you something.
So, you want to know about the people my suppliers employ, huh? Well, I gotta imagine they use their fair share of migrant workers. Don't they ever talk to you about them? Figured you would have known more. I mean, they don't exactly fill me in on all the details, but I guess I have been hearing some strange things about them lately, things that have got even me concerned. Don't know if it's what you're looking for, but I can share it with you if you'd like. That would be very helpful, Mr. Bradley. Did something happen? Right, well, where should I start? Apparently a bunch of migrant workers at one of the factories just up and quit recently, all over a few days too. I thought it was some sort of strike at first, but it doesn't seem like that was the case. There's been no contact from the workers since. That's certainly worrisome. Were there any warning signs? From what I've been told, management has no idea any of it would happen until it all went down. The ones who left were known to be pretty serious workers too. None of them showed any dissatisfaction with their jobs at all. Regardless, they all got up around the same time and called it quits. I think they said something to the likes of, "This job doesn't suit me," or "I deserve better." It's pretty strange they all gave the same reasons for leaving. Not to mention how these were the last people you'd expect it from. Something like this was instigated by someone. Any worry about possible third parties? Well, I wouldn't say I'm that informed, but I heard a little something about those workers being seen talking to someone on the outside. I see, whoever that someone is must have had quite the influence on them. But quitting so suddenly, what were they planning on doing after they left? The factory was worried about the same thing. They even asked them if they had any other jobs lined up. I guess the workers seemed pretty confident that things would work out. Maybe that person they were confining in gave them some sort of grand opportunity. Well, anyway, that's about all I know at the moment. I should mention, though, everything I heard was just complaints from my suppliers. No worries, you've been a great help. Yeah, you've really given us a lot to think on.
Got a question for you.
You want to know about immigrants from the North America? You're right, we do see our fair share around here. Our family's from Mary Ferry, but we share a culture of people all over the north. In particular, we get lots of North Ambrian migrants who like to stop by. They usually come in to talk to my grandma and grandpa about all their problems. I think maybe it's the workers complaining about their day. Bingo. Still, picking up on stuff like that is pretty impressive. Tell me, have you heard anything strange lately about those workers you mentioned? Well, I guess it's not really new, but there's been some talk about them being dissatisfied with the way they're being treated. Dissatisfied with the way they're being treated? Are they being discriminated against? I think it's a little different. I mean, even though they're immigrants, they still look like pretty much everyone else in Calvert, right? Compared to other immigrants, the ones from up north don't really stand out that much. That's true, even immigrant advocate movements tend to focus on those from east or central east. I'm sure it's because physiological differences are more easily identifiable. But if that idea starts making the rounds, it's not hard to imagine why northern migrants would be treated less favorably. And it's hard to garner sympathy for them when they look just like the majority of Calvert's population. So they feel like they're being left out, is that it? Even though they're dealing with similar problems, it's harder for them to gain the same amount of sympathy. I can see how that might make you feel a bit trapped. Wouldn't be surprised if someone was able to use that to their advantage. Yeah, but I haven't heard a thing about anyone being swindled. So she got to you already, huh? I might just have some useful gossip for you all. You've heard something. You better not be pulling their tail. Well, it's only something that came down the grapevine. There's been talk of someone who can pull foreign workers from the mire of their jobs. Interesting. Can you tell us more? You see, I've been looking into investment trends for social welfare services recently. While I was doing some research, I heard something about a non-profit organization that struck me as a tad peculiar. An NPO? Yes, it was only recently created too. They say they're a group that provides employment support to immigrant groups. It appears they've been luring in migrants who already have jobs with promises of both better pay and working conditions. All it takes is one question. Are you really happy with where you're at right now? That's remarkably similar to what we heard over at Bradley's place. Yeah, it seems there's a good chance that someone they're consulting with is that NPO. They don't seem to be finding new jobs for the ones that quit either. In my opinion, it's all very irresponsible of them. The least they could do is help them get back on their feet. I agree, no matter how prosperous the Republic is now, there's no guarantee they'll be able to find another stable income so easily. Especially for those that don't have a valid work visa. It sounds like they're just increasing the number of unemployed immigrants. Why would they do that? They can't be profiting from it somehow, right? It might be too late to ask this now, but what is an NPO? I heard of an NGO before. Of course, to give a simple example, NGO stands for non-government organization. On the other hand, NPO stands for non-profit organization. Both are independent from their nations and are operating to better social welfare. In general, the ones that are restricted to specific fields and act on local level are NPOs. Those who act on an international level and cover multiple pursuits are referred to as NGOs. I see, I think I get it now. But if that's true, then this NPO isn't making anything better at all. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to do some more research into this organization. Thanks for all your help, guys. You're welcome. I hope you figure it out. Come on, there's no need for thanks. Just join me for our next game of Mahjong and I'll consider it even. Okay, so we got a lot more information than we thought we would. Why don't we find a place where we can sort through it all? Shall we head back to Station Street? That way we can update Conrad on the situation as well. Now, with all the people in that area, it's possible we'll be able to pick up some extra info along the way. I think it might also be a good time to inform the guild of any developments. Right, let's get going then. Alright, as it stands now, I think we have a pretty basic idea of what went down. I'm a bit hazy on a few of the details though. Let's just start by putting everything in order. The base assumption is that the ones going missing are primarily those from the north of Zemuria. They're also all migrants that don't have work visas. They quit their jobs all within the same time frame, but vanished immediately after. And the one who told them to quit was from an NPO. But the question is why? What could they possibly stand to gain from getting migrants to quit? It's also worrying that those who left seem to have cut off all communications. We definitely still have a lot of questions about the whole thing. If only we had something more conclusive. Why don't we just go to the source of the problem? Then let's find this NPO person and make them tell us what's going on. Human trafficking? The problem is with that is that we don't actually know which NPO they're part of. Huck didn't really give us any solid information. Oh, Anya's, is this that part-time job you were talking about? Oh, Miss Towa. Other than Anya's and Elaine, I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting you all. I'm Towa Herschel, one of the temporary teachers at Aramis. I also work to assist ICO, the International Cooperative Organization. It's nice to meet you. Are you Anya's teacher? Towa Herschel is also the chief instructor at the branch campus of Forest Military Academy. I've heard she's quite the central figure there. Not only did she manage to engage its current students, but its alumni as well. Well, I don't think I'm worth that much fanfare. On the other hand, I've heard more than my fair share of stories about Mr. Arkwright. I must admit, I've been looking forward to making your acquaintance. It's just as much of an honor to meet the rumored Genes of Spores. I'm told you've got your hands in all sorts of places. Perhaps we'll have the opportunity to work together sometime. Yeah, I'm sure we will. You know, actually, there are a few things we're struggling to understand at the moment. I think you can lend us a hand? Ms. Towa is associated with an NGO. Will you happen to know anything about the NPOs currently operating in the Republic? What, are you having a problem with one of them? Please tell me everything you know. Group began to apprise Towa of the details of their current job and what they had learned about the suspicious NPO. However, the response was outside their expectations. I had no idea this was something you were investigating. The NGO I'm currently associated with does its work to support area-level NPOs. The one I'm looking into at the moment hasn't been as forthcoming about the results of their activities. Naturally, there's been a bit of suspicion. Given the timing, I can't deny the possibility that it might just be connected to the one you've all heard about. Also, I believe their stated intentions are to aid the employment of foreigners with special circumstances. Well, I can't say for sure that they're the same organization, but it seems like our most likely lead at the moment. I agree, but will you mind allowing me to accompany you in your investigations? This could be exactly what I need for a breakthrough in my case. I won't hesitate to give you my full cooperation. And even if it isn't, it's still related to an issue with an NPO. It's my duty to follow up on it. You mean you'll help us? That would be great. Yeah, I would have been satisfied with a few useful tidbits, but having you with us will be way more efficient. Even if I do end up owing you one, I look forward to working with you. Yes, I think our odds will be much better with her along. Well, now that we've welcomed you aboard, do you think you could share any of more of your recent findings? Maybe you'll help us figure out our next steps. Actually, I do have something. I have a friend who's been looking into this group as well. I've been waiting for them to contact me with whatever they found. And speaking of the devil. Hello, sorry about all the extra tasks. Do you find anything useful? This friend of hers, I get the feeling they're not a member of the ICO. Outside the NGO, her friends would be... Never mind, there's no sense in worrying about it right now. Yes, actually, I found another group that was looking into a suspicious NPO. It seems to be for a separate incident, however. From what I've heard so far, I'm pretty sure the NPO we're each looking into is one and the same. Anyway, you said there was movement over in the center marsh. I'll head over to check it now. Sorry to keep you waiting. They managed to find something after all. As I mentioned, we're almost confident that the NPO I've been looking into and the one from your case are the same organization. Their official name is the Association for Better Migrant Working Conditions. So I think they're not only misappropriating funds, but they may also be involved in the disappearance of migrant workers. I can't believe it. Miss Towa, regardless, it looks like we know what we need to do. You said something about there being a movement over in the center marsh, right? Then we should hurry. If we're quick enough, we might be able to catch them in the act. Following that, Van the rest made their way to the center marsh. Do you think that's the person we're looking for? Let's catch him before we lose his trail. Fairy can play good cop and I'll play bad cop. No, we can't. He might just be an innocent bystander. Yeah, if we approach the wrong person, it could alert the guy we're actually after. We're running out of time, though. As soon as we get some confirmation, we'll make a move. I see, that person just now said he was from the Association for Better Migrant Working Conditions, right? Yeah, I'm not from Calvert, so he was asking if I was unhappy with my job. He said in order to find more quality work, I should quit as soon as I can so we could talk about our opportunities. If I'm being honest, though, I'm much more interested in having a stable income. I turned him down. Man. Yeah, he's gotta be our guy. The name, his methods, there's no room for doubt. He can't have gone far. Let's follow him. Yes, we need to put a stop to this. The street doesn't seem to be as crowded as the others. Do you think he's going to meet someone? This might be our chance to find out who's behind all this. Let's try to keep out of sight. This fucking minigame. Full suspicious, man. Some me hiding places on the street. I have to wait for him to get way further away, huh? Oh, hell. Dude. You in your fucking corner. Huh. Oh, man. Oh, there we go. Where's he going? Is he going to that underground dungeon? Bro. Turn your fucking corner. Huh. Just in time. Okay, he's definitely going for that dungeon. Okay, seems like I can just rush him now. I believe that gate leads to the old sewer system. All that sneaking must have mean they've got a secret meeting going on. Well, it's definitely not the kind of place the employee of an NPO would drop by. The alley's pretty narrow. If we all tried to cram ourselves in there, we'd be caught in no time. Mind giving us a hand, Katra? Oh, I see. Sure, Fio should have no issue getting in. They'll be able to survey the scene for us. Fio, don't let them see you, but transmit everything in your surroundings, okay? Oh no, do I have to do another stealth game with Fio? Understood. Pursuing target in stealth mode. Sending visuals and sound to Katra Zypha. And how was today's harvest? Not as good as we'd hoped. They seemed pretty content with where they were. I'm planning on going back to the construction areas of the suburbs. I had better luck over there. Well, I guess we do already have enough for the first camp. We shouldn't get too greedy. Anyway, delivery is right after this. You'll be there, right? Yeah, after all the trouble I went through, I'll be sure to see them off. Besides, I wanted to ask the people up top who the client was. It's probably better if you keep your questions to yourself. Anyway, I'm heading down to the subway to find some runaways that fit the bill. Well, if something comes up, just give me a holler. Did I hear that right? Yeah, this seems to be more dangerous than we thought. We absolutely cannot allow them to get away with this. And all under the guise of trying to help. It's just too cruel. We have to do something. The target is leaving. Sounds like he was heading to their gathering place. Alright, let's keep after him. Wait, what? Yes, we should hurry. What's the— oh, come on. What? Bro. No. Are you kidding me? A two-parter. He's gonna make a really awkward turn as well. Man, it's not the dungeon like I thought. Seriously? Wait. Hold on. Huh. I'm just sitting in the open. He still doesn't see me. Wow. Yeah, this whole stealth thing is so weird. Oh man. Oh. Oh crap. Corner, corner, corner. There we go. Oh man. Is he going to a car? Earn one's SP, okay. He's using a car. It looks like he's headed to the suburbs. I was able to take down his license plate number. However, even if we manage to find a car, it's unlikely we'll be able to catch up to him. Maybe my friend will know his destination. Can I have a minute? Hey, you mentioned something about movement in the suburbs earlier. A bus that was transporting people. That has to be them. You saw it somewhere along Highway 8. Highway 8, that man was heading the same direction. Then that's our next stop. Sorry about this. Sorry this was so sudden, but I appreciate the info. We'll look into it on our end. Don't worry about the rest. Good luck. Give us a call if you need anything else. Alright, looks like we've managed to figure it out. Didn't think we'd end up relying on your friends again so soon. Let's go see what these criminals have got cooking. We'll put a stop to whatever they're planning. This isn't what we agreed to. You said you'd get better jobs for us. Where are you even taking us to? As I said, I'm taking you to your new employer. It's just as we agreed. Besides, it's not like you were able to find anything better in the meantime, were you? Damn you, I should have never listened to your crap. Eek! You have no right to refuse. You're coming with us, whether you like it or not. You're all living outside the law, don't you see? Just stay quiet and do as you're told. I see you finally decided to show your true colors. Sorry, but the Dollar family won't be getting away with this one. How dare you take advantage of these people? We're putting an end to this. Will Towa join as a guest? You target people looking for help just to do something like this. And just so you know, we've been recording this entire time. I'm sure there's enough for a quick conviction too. Thanks for scouting ahead, Fio. How'd you find us? Arc-Rate Solutions, ain't you the ones who landed us in hot water last year? Glad to hear we left such a good impression on you folks. And I don't gotta explain what we do with scum like you, now do I? Because we don't exactly bring out the tea and cookies. You're the recruiter for the Dollar family, right? Pretty bold of you, setting foot in a trade even the Light family won't touch. You assholes must be so proud. All slave traders are the same. The only way to deal with them is to beat them senseless. I guess the crew got dealt in missions like this before, huh? Proceeding with area lockdown. All bystanders, please retreat to a safe distance. Don't worry about the people on the bus. I'll make sure nobody gets past. You think you can look down on us? You're not going anywhere. I'll make you regret sticking your nose where it don't belong. Maybe if you get on your knees and beg, we'll consider going easy on you.
Let's see what you're made of.
That's a lot. Okay.
Use a shark boost to get the upper hand.
Get ready.
Here goes.
Hit enough. Yeah, that's enough.
Over here. All for you.
You can't beat me.
Grimcat, we gotta steal these people back.
I prowl in the night. Time to raise the curtain. Grimcat at your service. Now or never.
Might want to boost here.
Okay.
Don't underestimate me.
Man, I just realized zero attacks do not have a ton of range. So, anyone... How many of you can I charm at once? No, screw, I'll have to stand next to the van to actually have a good chance of hitting a lot of you.
Going on!
Let's go coming right up.
Twilight kick.
Haha, yes! I like causing a little bit of chaos.
Now's an ideal time for a boost.
Okay.
Get ready.
A chance.
Oh, he didn't get caught in it. Oh well. I'll place code.
Transmitting code. Activate. Barry.
Activating skill.
It's the end of the line. You're finished. Take this. Rampage.
Gauge upgrade.
Now or never.
And the last guy as well.
One shield coming right up.
Let's get this show on the road. I hope you're ready. Now for the climax. Grim Knight Wall.
This page enhanced.
No way.
Yes way.
Nice. Moving on up.
I can do even better.
Alright, level up some of my newer stuff as well. And if you're looking for someone to blame, take it up with your leaders. Alright, now let's get them tied up. Damn it, they've ruined everything. Wait, he escaped somehow? Well, if I can't win, I'll at least make sure they lose. Think again. Ugh, how did you... Let's just say I have a lot of experience under my belt. Besides, there's no way I was about to let you go after all the harm you caused. What, you really thought we forgot about you? You must be the king of wishful thinking. Yeah, no dice, man. You've got a hell of a lot to answer for, and you'd better not skimp out on any details either. Fine, I surrender. After that, the man pretending to be part of an NPO was thoroughly interrogated. The Dollar family's foray into the slave trade was indeed a decision agreed upon by their higher-ups. However, the shell company that was used as a front for the NPO was originally meant to receive illegal grant money. As for a reason they seemed to be targeting people from the north, the culprit had no idea. It was deemed to be knowledge above his pay grade. Is this going to be related to the Garden Master somehow? Thanks for handing them over to us. We've had our eye on the Dollar family's activities for quite a while now. Well, I'm glad we could at least put one of their schemes to bed. Anyway, is it really okay for us to speak to the victims right now? Don't get me wrong, I'm only giving you a few minutes. And even if you do have connections to Kincaid, just try and stay out of trouble from now on, alright? Okay, I'll try to keep my head down. Excuse me, Agent Hubert. Yes, we were able to apprehend all the Mafia's collaborators. Wait, that traitor? That quadruple agent guy? We still need to confirm with the 2nd External Affairs Division if it's related to the prior incident. From what we've learned so far, it seems that their client... Yeah, given the demographics of the victims, I have no doubt it's related. We'll have to do investigations into their backgrounds. Is something wrong, Agent Hubert? It's nothing for you to worry about. Anyway, I'll handle the follow-up. The Integrated Analysis Division should come to a decision once they receive all remaining details. We'll talk more then. Well, as it stands, it sounds like we'll be formally taking charge of this investigation. We've appreciated your cooperation thus far, but seriously, keep your hands to yourselves from now on, okay? Yeah, no need to tell me twice. Well, I suppose since we found all the missing immigrants, we can consider this job a case closed. Yes, I agree. However, I am a bit worried that we're unaware as to why they were targeting migrants from the north of Zemuria. Their client was in need of people within that demographic. As for what reason, I really don't know. Yeah, it didn't really seem like the guy was lying about that part either. Come to think of it, that guy from the CID said they were still worried about that particular client of the Dollar families. A demand for people from the poorest walks of life. It's not hard to imagine what they plan to do with them. Yes, we don't have proof of any further intentions that they may have. We have to do a more thorough investigation. Well, that can wait for now. I think we should worry about getting these people back home first. After taking a quick count of the people on the bus, Van and Urs escorted them back to the capital. Upon arrival, the group went to report back to Conrad and the outcome of the job. So at the end of the day, it was the Dollar family behind it all. We're not completely sure why they had such specific targets, but we did manage to bring everyone back safely. Thank goodness, I'm glad I asked for your help, after all. I must say, I'm surprised this was a scheme by the Mafia, though. How could they be so cruel? I'm worried the victims will have a hard time recovering from this trauma. Yes, that is a valid concern, and as migrants without valid work visas, they have very little protection under the law. They were manipulated out of their chance for stability. Even if they were to report their damages to the police, they might just end up being arrested and deported. The guild should have no issue of taking them in as a form of humanitarian sanctuary. But I suppose considering their unlawful status, there would be a limit to how much they could do if officials were to intervene. You probably have to dismantle all the laws from the past century to get anything done, man. Man, this sucks. How do you want to deal with this, Chief? Well, what age should the migrant? Who should aid the migrant workers? Guild and ICO, Conrad. I want to prioritize maxing out chaos. I would prefer to leave this up to you, Conrad. Van, well, I suppose it is part of my job. You just want me to place them all back into stable positions, right? I don't mean to sound so unsure, but is this really how you want to handle things? I get the feeling you're someone who actually cares about these people. Plus, you got the editor-in-chief vouching for you, right? That sounds like a good guy in my book. Honestly, I'm not so sure about this. Yeah, it kind of sounds like you're leaving it to chance. Look, these people must have some pretty good reasons for taking the risk to come and work in the Republic. And given that Conrad's done all this before, I'm sure he's more than familiar with all the ins and outs of police and immigration authorities. Which means he can get them new jobs in practically no time at all. Ain't that right? Yes. And I'll make certain that whoever employs them this time isn't looking to harm them. You have my word. As a member of the guild, this isn't something I can officially condone. Are you sure this is the choice you want to make, man? Yeah, Spriggan's gotta be steadfast in their decisions, you know? I think this is the best way to deal with the situation. Besides, it's not like I plan to leave it up to this guy alone. I don't trust him that much. If he goes back on his promise, I'll make sure he pays for it. Alright, I suppose we'll see how it all plays out. Naturally, if anything happens, the guild will have no choice but to intervene, just so you're aware. Anyway, thank you for all your help. The workers were saved and I don't have to keep looking over my shoulder. I'll deposit the money into your account as soon as I can. Works for me. If you ever need help with anything else, just let us know. I have to make sure I give my thanks to Cunning again, too. Well, I guess I'll be heading off now. I need to gather the crew and discuss our steps going forward. I think it's about time I'm on my way as well. I'm sure we'll have plenty to discuss at the next ICO meeting. We'll probably have to do a bunch of research too. Thank you so much for all your help, Miss Towa. We wouldn't have been able to solve this case without you. Yeah, I heard you were good, but you really pulled out all the stops. I might even come to you for help in our future jobs. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. Farewell, Anyas. Good luck with everything. We're done here, right? This whole thing left a pretty bad taste in my mouth. There's a few things I'm still worried about, personally, but we can at least rest assured that the victims will be taken care of. I think we can go ahead and call this a case closed. We should keep this whole situation in mind for the future, though. Yeah, if those villains ever show their face again, I'll tear them a new one. I'm sure the guild will have to raise their alerts after hearing about all this. If this is just a hint of what's going on in the underground, we might want to deal with the situation before it develops even further. I'm worried that something like this will happen again. Van Towa seem to have their suspicions of who the mastermind is, though. What the CID said about certain demographics being targeted. Maybe. Are we gonna cut to the real culprit? What? Alright, tell me what you learned in our main investigation. I still haven't been able to find any details about their plan. However, it does seem like there's a chance they mean to take action soon. I assume that's why the CID has been on the defense against the second generation recently. So that's how they're connected. I'll continue the investigation on my end. Depending on what it entails, I may have to get help from Angie or George. And the incident that Reen was worried about could also be a part of this. Regardless, the ball's in our court now. We need to find out exactly what's going on. Is that supposed to be Crow by elimination? As those who dealt with the shadows in the Empire, you might even say it's our duty. Right, this isn't about the Republic or the Empire. It's about the future. Let's give our best going forward, Crow. Yes, it is.
Well done, everyone.
Reward deposited.
Gray Chaos. Gray finally ranked up, even though that's the one I prioritize the least. So I think they'd be in my hands again. Honestly, I can't say I saw this coming. Still, at least they're safe, and it's not like I can leave them hanging. I promise I'll get them proper jobs as soon as I can. It's my duty, after all. There's actually quite a few NPCs at the entrance here. Strange. I'm planning to spend a whole day at the fishing hole. Maybe I should bring Makino and Shannon here sometime. They've really got a knack for fishing now. Not that I'm no slouch either. I need to make sure to hone my skills so I don't fall behind. Just you wait. I'm going to catch the biggest fish those two have ever seen. Another dangerous monster show up in the area. It's at the far end of the waterfront. If you wouldn't mind taking care of it for me, I'd really appreciate it. I'll get someone to open the gate for you. Thanks a bunch. Oh well, if it isn't Arc Rate Solutions. Maxim, guess I should have figured you'd be here. I mean, what with all the memories you and Paulette made in the place. Yeah, our relationship is actually why I'm here today. After we buried that time capsule together, I cheated on her. But tomorrow I'll be facing the biggest challenge I've seen since I've changed my ways. That's why I feel like if I can actually get myself to win this one, I'll be able to close that chapter of my life for good. Maxim, I know it might be a little selfish, but if I do win, I plan on dedicating my victory to both Paulette and Yume. That's also why I came here. Even if I can't do it in front of that big tree at the moment, I just wanted to make a vow to this place. A vow for victory. I see. I hope that's a vow you'll be able to fulfill. We'll be rooting for you, Maxim, so get out there and show us what you're made of. Right, I'll give it my all. I plan to dedicate my victory to both Paulette and Yume. It'll be impossible for me to win if I'm too flippant about the race, so that's why I decided to come to the park. It's quite helps put me in the right headspace. Oh hey Agnes, how have you been? I've been doing well, thank you. Is Sigourney here to help out with your movie? That's right, I wanted to film some kind of action scene, so I asked if she'd lend me a hand. The original plan was to do a shootout scene with Squid and Nadia, but maybe I could just try fighting a monster instead. What's with this kid? As far as that sounds, not this time, Sigourney. Anyway, I'm assuming Squid and Nadia had to go back to Riverside for some reason. That's alright, we'll just film the rest when they get back. Yeah. Is something wrong? Oh, don't worry about me, it's nothing, really. Well, keep up the hard work, you guys. And the shootout scene's gonna look amazing. I couldn't have done it without Sigourney. We should try and get some more good shots. After all, we need to make the most of this opportunity. An indie film, huh? Sounds like the story's all over the place. I haven't actually been told what it's about either. I don't have a problem with fighting monsters per se, but it feels kind of cruel to take a life just for the sake of a film. There's gonna be new fish in the area, including A-rank ones, so I'm probably gonna do that off screen. Here's some foe. Hey, coin bullets. No, wait, he roar first.
Here goes.
Give them your all!
Think fast! Take this! Got your number.
Got your number. Aha.
Transmitting code. Activate! It's go time!
Now's an ideal time for a boost.
Flaming prayer like this.
Going all in! Push back!
Here goes.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand!
Okay.
Make it count!
Raging bust. Do you have a back? Yeah, there we go.
Attack their weakness with an art!
Let's
Give them
party!
your all!
It's over! You're crushed!
Got a little bit of healing into.
Chance!
Now's an ideal time for a boost.
Let's party!
Okay.
Activating skill.
Gotcha! Our chance!
She got hit pretty hard. Thanatos jail.
All out! Boost level maximum.
Initializing drive.
Going all in.
Send you!
Catra! Activating skill.
Delayed a bit. Okay.
Keep your guard up.
Flames protect us!
Make it count, Aaron.
Blazing flash!
Oh, that tickles.
Do your worst!
Okay.
Let's party!
Flaming prayer.
Flames give us
Our chance!
Oh, nice. Zero art bonus.
There!
Catra! Activating skill.
Here goes.
Attack their weakness with an art! Flames protect us!
Keep your guard up.
Okay.
Show me what you got. Keep moving, Van.
You're not getting away.
Blast off!
Hit him fast, Fairy.
Flaming prayer again to keep the buffs up.
Let's party!
Flames, give us strength! There!
Okay, Azure Sun Ray.
Activating skill!
Feel my power. I'll cut you down to size. Azure Sunray!
This time my magic's fairly buffed as well, so this should deal a lot of damage.
They're down!
They're down!
It's go time!
It's go time!
Sucker!
Yep, easy. Got Gaiaverse.
That takes care of that.
Reward deposited!
Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Trails through Daybreak 2. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit that bell icon.